Welcome to An Ashley a Day. Hooray!
Hey everybody, welcome to day 87 of An Ashley a Day. I have probably moved more than the average person in their lifetime without actually moving. I know this sounds a little weird and probably doesn't really make sense at all, but I've moved lots of times, but I've never left the area, if that makes sense. I've always been in the same area. I've technically lived on the same plot of land for most of my life. And I'm just going to talk to you about that. So when I was born, I lived in a house. We actually lived next to my aunt. I'm not going to give any towns away because I don't really want any stalkers. So even though I don't live there anymore, I'm not going to tell you. This is the only place I've lived that was out of the immediate area of where I've lived the rest of my life, from where I was born. And I lived there until I was about 3 or so, I've been told. I don't know when we moved. I mean, when you're 3, you don't really remember anything. We used to live next to my aunt, and Brittany and Courtney are older than me, so they were there too. Danielle wasn't born yet. And when I was about 2 or 3 or whatever, we moved in with my grandfather. He's in a wheelchair, and so pretty much my parents moved back in to help him, and it became our house. So that's where I grew up. And thinking about it, we moved out of that house in 2000. And so if I was 3, that would make me about 8. I spent only 8 years of my life in that house, which is weird to think because it seems like I've spent way longer in that house than I actually did. So we lived in this house. We called this house the Blue House because it was blue. I can still picture the layout of that house. I actually drew it. I don't know where I drew it, but I did. I can still walk through that house by memory, and I actually drew a layout of it. So you probably can't see it at all. But basically, we had the garage with my parents' bedroom on the side. Proportions are off because I was, 8 when I moved out of there. Actually, so I only spent 5 years of my life in that house. 5, 6 years. That he's shortened it even more. But anyway, so this is the house. It had the garage with my parents' bedroom on the side. I believe I've mentioned that in one of my videos before, how my parents' bedroom was on the other side of the garage. You had to cross this scary little pathway through it. We had the, family room, entry room, dining room thing, and our computer used to be over here, and then we had the utility room with the laundry, and you go into the kitchen, which is right here. You had the living room, or family, I don't know, the place where you watch TV. You got the downstairs bathroom. I didn't draw the upstairs, I don't know why. Back here you had my grandpa's bedroom, and then upstairs you had our bedrooms, which I didn't draw. But, I can still remember that house like it was yesterday. Maybe not. Not really. I don't know. I remember when I first learned that we were going to be knocking down that house and building a new one, which is what we did. I remember Courtney and I had been in trouble, and we were in our bedrooms. In our bedrooms, we had a little hole that we could talk through, and by the vents, and we had overheard our parents talking with our grandpa. So we snuck down to the stairs, and in the stairs there was a big hole in the wall. It's like a window to the kitchen, kind of. And so we were right above that when we were eavesdropping. We heard them talking about it. And that's the first time I heard about knocking down our house. So basically in 2000 we knocked down our house. At that point we moved to the Yellow House. And the Yellow House was this rental that our uncle's dad owned or something strange. But we had lived there for a year, and it was the most run-down shack ever. The stairwell was probably about this wide. I'm not even kidding you. You had to squeeze and walk sideways to get up that. The stairs were super steep. I thought I was going to die at one point going up and down those stairs. And all 4 of my siblings, we stayed in one bedroom. Our parents were in the other bedroom. Our grandpa was downstairs. And yeah, there was mice. 1 bathroom for all 7 of us. Yeah, 1 bathroom for all 7 of us. It had a huge backyard, which was really nice. And it was an interesting time living there, I'll say that. So after the Yellow House, we moved back to the same plot of land that the Blue House was on, but now we have our house that we call 65. We have names for all of our houses. So basically, we moved back to the same plot of land and to the house that I live in right now, actually. My freshman year, we moved out to a house that we called Pine. And basically, that was my mom and my 3 sisters, because Brittany was at college. So we lived there for about a year-ish. And then sophomore year, we moved back to 65. And that's where we live now. So basically, that was Aunt's house blue house, yellow house, 65, pine, 65. I've moved 7 times, and it's pretty much been the same area for all of them. Because even the pine house was in the same district. It was only not even a 5-minute drive away, like 2-minute drive away. Oh, losing my voice. But yeah, I have moved a lot compared to an average person and never moved. Once again, if that makes sense. I hope you get it now, because it's basically what it is. I'll explain the drawing today because I draw the houses. So we have aunt neighbor house. I don't really remember exactly what it looks like. They still live in the same place next door, but I never really look at what it's a long rectangular house. And from there, when I was like 2, we moved to blue house, which is this one. Kind of what it looked like. Oh, I missed a chunk. It was really hard to fit all these in here, but my parents' bedroom was right here. The garage, and then the house, and the upstairs, and that's where we stayed. And then it goes down to the yellow house, which was the ramshackle shack. We used to actually sit on this porch and watch thunderstorms. It was really cool. And then we moved to 65, which is the house I live in now. And then, I guess these arrows are somewhat incorrect, but then we got the pine house and then back to 65. So yeah, that is my life story and houses I have lived in. Now I'm at college, I have an apartment next year. I don't know. Something interesting about me. Like I said, I've moved and yet never moved. Hope you had a good day 87. I shall see you on day 88. I think I might have said day 86 at the beginning of this video. I don't remember. But whatever. I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a good day. So until then, goodbye!